said, look, you got to let him learn how to self-soothe. But I couldn't do it. And just when he would cry, I would just have to pick him up. She came one day, she was cooking. She said, put him in the playpen. I put him in the playpen. I walked out. And guess what, church? He peeped and saw me. He started crying. And all of a sudden, he just stopped crying. And I think the way that he stopped crying and alarmed tears, she came out the kitchen and she saw me and she tells me, she says, what are you doing? What you doing with your big old self in that playpen? You gonna break it. I said, well, the reason why I got in the playpen is because Trey was crying. And you asked me not to pick him up at the playpen to stop him from crying. So to keep him from crying, I didn't pick him up, but I got right in it with him. And that's what happened with the 3 Hebrew boys. Jesus got in it with them. Can I testify for somebody? The reason why you survived and you're still here is because the Lord got in it with you. Tell somebody, he got in it with me. He got in it. I'm tell you, I'm done. I'm through. Good evening. May the Lord God bless you real good. But text. I often thought about the fact when the king tells them, I see 4 men in there. Get them out of the fire. Oftentimes, Pastor, I've only focused on the fact that this miracle was about the 3 Hebrew boys. And it was about them, Brother Cobb, being saved from the fiery furnace. I often preached this and focused on the testimony of these 3 Hebrew boys. That we were in the fire, but God got us out. But when you really look at the text again, it wasn't just about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego getting delivered from the fire. It was also about the sovereignty of God. Because the sovereignty of God not only displayed there or gave them an opportunity to be delivered, but his sovereignty through the fiery furnace gave the king an opportunity to be developed. Because before the furnace, he did not believe in God. But after they was in the fiery furnace and the Lord kept him, the same king that wouldn't really call on God's name, now saying, those Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, get them out of the furnace. It's about the sovereignty of God. Church, sometimes don't think that you're in seasons because you're being picked out to be picked on. Sometimes he allows furnaces to happen so that you can see his sovereignty. You know what his sovereignty is? That even in ungodly spaces, we serve a God that can keep godly people in ungodly situations. All I'm trying to get you to see is that God lets us go through some things to show us that he's still able to keep us. Can I get about 25 people that can look back on how the Lord has kept you? Come on, not only should you could have been dead, but you should have been dead. But the Lord, he kept you. Point at somebody and tell him he'll keep you, he'll keep you. Not only do you keep your faith strong, church. Yeah, praises be to God because it detaches you from the reality of the flames. But thirdly, when God, he can distinctively display our deliverance. He can distinctively display our deliverance. See, when God delivers us, he has a way of displaying his power through our overcoming. You ever had something that you know you've been through and folk look at you and say, they know, couldn't nobody have done that? Come on. But God. I'm talking about a but God miracle. I wish I had time. So when the king gets him out of there, the people around are astonished because they cannot believe their eyes or their nose. When they look at the pastor, their clothes ain't burned. When they smell their hair and smell their clothes, they couldn't smell no smoke. They knew that they had just been in the fire, but they did not look like what they had just been through. And I'm out of here, church, but I wonder, before I take my seat, is there anybody that's got that testimony that when people look at you now, they look at your story, come on, they look at your glory, but they have not read your story. If they have read your story, they would appreciate your glory. Is there anybody here that knows you don't look like what you've been through? Just point at somebody and tell them, look at my clothes. Look at my clothes. You can't tell what I survived. Point at somebody and tell them I'm a survivor. King could not believe the fact that he saw them before they went into the flame. But now when he looks at them, they don't have no evidence of being in fire. They do not have any evidence of now being just now over a flame. Yeah. When he looks at these three Hebrew boys, he knew they had been through the fire. Yeah. He knew that they had been through a flood. But yeah, when he looks at them, they don't look like what they have been through. Yeah, and that is why I'm encouraged when I read what took place in their life, because it still encourages me, yeah, to keep my faith strong. That's why I keep on pushing. That's why I keep on pressing. That's why I keep on moving according to my faith and my trust in the Lord. Because when I look back over my life and see what the Lord has already done, I have to keep my faith strong. And is there anybody here that can testify that your faith has been tried? Your faith has been tested, but the Lord won't put more on you than you can bear. That's why I'm here on assignment to encourage our pastor to keep on moving, keep on preaching, keep on pastoring. 28 years that the Lord has kept you and Lady Richardson through dangers seen and unseen. So when the Lord delivers you all, your deliverance develops us to be strong and to be wise and to be better than we once were. I'm out of here, but I just wish I had won somebody that's not ashamed to testify that the Lord has been good to you, that the Lord has kept you, the Lord has kept his arms all around you. Look at somebody that's beside you now. Don't touch him, but just point at him and say, neighbor, the Lord has been keeping me, and I want to tell you that you're next in line for a miracle. Oh, yes, sir. You're next in line for a breakthrough. Ain't it all right? Ain't it all right? I don't know what's been challenging you, but I came to testify. If you be not weary in well-doing, in due season you will reap if you think not. Won't the Lord deliver you? Is there anybody here know he's able to keep you through? Can I get one that know the Lord will come? Can I get two that know he brought you through? Can I get three that know you've been set free? Can I get four that know he'll open doors? Can I get five that know that because of him you're still alive? Can I get six that know there's no problem God can't fix? Can I get seven that's on your way unto heaven? But can I get eight that know he's never too late? Can I get nine that know he'll show up on time? But can I get 10 that know he did it before? He'll do it again. Say, he'll do it again. Won't he do it? I said, won't he do it? You can't touch nobody, but just make eye contact. Find you a neighbor that's across the room. Find you somebody and make eye contact with them and point at them and say, neighbor, through all I've been through, I still have got my joy. Yeah! Do you have your joy? Shout yeah! Point at two people and tell them, I got it, I got it. I'm trying to quit out and get happy, but just find you somebody else. Make eye contact with them and just point at them and say, neighbor, hang on in there. Hold on a little while longer. Be not dismayed. Whatever betide, God will. Point at two people and tell them he will, he will.
Hallelujah. Let's give God a hand clap of praise for the message and the messenger. Won't he do it? Hallelujah. At this time, I would like to extend the invitation to this